Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back into my channel. So in this lab and lecture, we're going to troubleshoot wireless issue. So this is a PDF version of the CCNP/CCIE book for Encor exam. So as you look here, you would see it says on chapter 21, troubleshooting wireless connectivity. So what this chapter covers is to troubleshoot client connectivity from the WLC and troubleshoot connectivity problem from access point. So as you see here, it says as a CCNP network professional, you will be expected to perform some basic troubleshooting work when wireless problem arise. The exam blueprint focuses on configuration of Cisco wireless LAN controller as well as problem with wireless client connectivity. So this chapter helps you to get some perspective on wireless problem and develop a troubleshooting strategy and become comfortable using the tools at your disposal. Now, as you know, every chapter in Cisco, they always test your ability on the chapter to make sure that, to check your level of understanding about this chapter. Now let's scroll down. See this architecture here. They have a client, they have a BSS, an access point, an IP address, and from the DHCP server and the WLC. Okay, troubleshooting client connectivity from the WLC. So most of your time managing and monitoring a wireless network will be spent in the wireless LAN controller GUI. As a wireless client probes and attempts to associate with an access point, it is essentially communicating with the controller. So you can access a wealth of troubleshooting information from the controller as well as the client MAC address. As long as you know the client MAC address, I mean. So Cisco WLCs have two main GUI presentations. So one for monitoring and one for more advanced configuration and monitoring. So when you open a browser to the WLC management address, you see the default screen. This is shown on the below right there. The default screen displays network summary dashboard information on the right portion and monitoring tools in the list of the left. So most of the troubleshoot topic discussed in this chapter use the tool in the left column list. So there we go. These here, that's what it means, guys. Let's go highlight it. So these here. Now, to access the advanced WLC GUI for configuration and monitoring, click on the left advanced button in the upper right corner of the default screen. So there we go here, the initial default WLC display. So as you can see here, that's the tool that you'll be using for your troubleshoot. And at the end of this lecture, that's what we're going to have in the lab. So there we go. So searching for a client in the WLC GUI. So here's what you do. It's a very interesting book. You have to have this, not just to pass the exam for the CCN and the CCIP Enterprise Encor, but also to have the knowledge to be able to work in the field as a network professional. Now, so let's scroll down and exploring different options here. Now again, for the sake of this lab, so start client activity has just begun association. The client has requested an 802.11 authentication association with the access point. Authentication, the client must pass a layer 2 pre-shared key, PS key, or 802.1x authentication policy. The HCP, the WLC is waiting to learn the client IP address from a dynamic host configuration protocol, the HCP server. So online, the client has passed layer 2 and layer 3 policies successfully associated and can pass traffic. So if a step was successfully, so you could read that yourself just for the purpose of not making this lecture and video too long. I'm just going to scan through this. But again, you're gonna have this book in the bottom of each description of the videos. You could go ahead and just go on this book yourself, or either if you want to, you could pause the video as you look at and go ahead and just check different portion here that interesting you the most. So let's see the client, checking the client mobility state. When a wireless network is built, for many WLC and access point, you might have difficulty finding which component a client is using at a given time. So WLC client search information, including a handy end-to-end graphical representation for a client wireless connection. So when you scroll down below the general activity section, you see the topology diagram like this one shows here. So there we go. That's very interesting. So you have to understand these things. Not just go ahead and start making troubleshoot, but you have to understand them. You have to be able to have a graphic use of what these things are before you go ahead and just troubleshoot them. So checking the client's wireless policy by scrolling further down in the client search information, you can verify information about network. So quality of service security and other policies that affects the client are shown in there. So network and quality of service, security and policy. So testing a wireless client. So when you search for a client, for a specific client, the information displayed is of a static nature because it is obtained as a snapshot at the time of the search. So if the client happens to move at a later time, its radio frequency conditions, so RF and access point association could change. Therefore, you could need to refresh. So yep. So, guys, like I said, so checking these out yourself is very important, not just for the lecture, but also to know them. So that's an event log you're looking at here. This is super important. Packet capture, troubleshoot connectivity problem and access point. So the access point must have connectivity to its access layer switch. The access point must have connectivity to its WLC unless it is operating in a flex connect mode. So first verify the connectivity between the access point and the controller. You do this when a new access point installed to make sure it is able to discover and join a controller before client arrive and try to use the wireless network. So you can also do this at any time as a quick check of the access point health. So it is, and so the easiest approach is simply, so bang, 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 access point view. Guys, again, you have to have this book. If you have it handy already, it's okay. If you don't have it, you could, take advantage of this that we provide you here and just be able to have it for your, so it says exam preparation task. Okay, so enough to this. Let's go ahead and just pull up the assignment and see what we have here. So in here it says to troubleshoot network issues. So they go the addressing table, devices, home wireless router. So we have all the devices here. We have the interface, we have the IP address, and we have the wireless net information. So home, bang, bang, bang. So what are we gonna do? In this activity, you will troubleshoot various issue in home wireless and enterprise wireless network. So troubleshoot wireless LAN connectivity issue as a home network. So first thing first, let's see what we're doing here. So we have, just a second. So we have this here as a home network SSI home, and this is the enterprise. So we have this in between here that, so there go the side of the enterprise. We have the radio server. So so what do we do? It says you need to not only the troubleshoot home, so test the connectivity between a various wireless host and the web server by both IP addresses and the URL. So, okay, so first thing first, let's see. Web server. So we have to see if these can communicate to each other. So the first thing we gotta do here is to see what is our first task. So we might as well just ping the IP for the home router. So we gotta grab this. See if we can ping. So try this as you can. See, we can access the network. So then let's grab the laptop and ping the server. So let's grab the laptop and ping the server. So first, let's see. So we get a successful ping. Now, let's grab the tablet and see if we get a ping. Let's grab the tablet, PC, desktop, command. See if we get a ping. So okay, use the wrong password. So we have to check the connectivity to the wireless router. Is access, so if the access is okay and the connectivity from the web server. So you got to grab the IP address for the web server, then grab the laptop. So web server, no. So, okay, hold up. So we get a ping. So from the web server, let's try this IP. Ping. So we get a host unreachable. Let's try it again. Then the IP address. So you can see that from the smartphone, we can ping. Let's see from the smartphone if we can ping the web server. Check out the IP of the web server. Oh, hold up. We get on. So this is, of course, it's going to be unreachable because there's a problem. Here's the connection with the router. Let's see if the connection of the router is okay. So to solve this problem first, we have to have a ping to troubleshoot. So hold up. So let's go on the laptop. So let's go on the laptop. Let's go on the laptop. We gotta go here. What do we have? So this is the 192.168.0.2. Yep, is up and under, so it's okay. So the mask is okay, the default gateway is okay, and the DNS server is okay. So let's see. Let's just hit this here. So the laptop, default gateway. So because the 250, here's the 254, so we need to fix. So it's okay. And the default gateway is also okay. So this is also not okay. So we're going to fix this also. So because the tablet is on static, oh, because the tablet is on static, so it's not correct because you can see here the tablet PC, it should be like a DHCP, not static. So first we have to do the DHCP. So in the router, we are going to go there to the router and make it DHCP. So on the home router, we are going to correct the DNS server IP too as well. So let's go on the laptop and then go on GUI. Let's go back, laptop, GUI. So we go into, so 192.168.0.1. Which is the home wireless LAN. Let's go, copy paste, hit go, and then we put we gotta use the username admin and the password is admin. So admin, password is admin. So hit enter. Let's make this a little bit bigger so everybody can see. Oh, sorry. So, so let's make this bigger so everybody can see. Now it says static IP, so which is not required, that is what is required to automatic DHCP. So we have to go on the static DNS. So we got to make this 4. So the DNS server is going to be 254 as it's given here. Here's the address. Let's see. It says the DNS server. So it says the DNS server have to be what? Let's go ahead and just double check it as we have it here. So it says the DNS server have to be a 10.100.100.254. So that's what we have here. Okay, we can't highlight this, so we are. And then we gotta hit settings and save it. See. And then the DNS server and 254. So we have to save settings and save change. So then now the internet connection type am I doing? So we're not finished yet with this. Now on the internet connection type, oh, now on the internet connection type, we have to change the static to DHCP. So you need this one. So we gotta save. So we gotta save these settings. One more time. So we need to wait for the connection. So it says we set server reset connection. We have here, and now, so settings, we should be getting settings connection. Continue. See. So let's hit that. Successful and continue. So let's go ahead and see. So as we can see that the automatic configuration is in the SCP. So here we have the DNS server as it given. Now let's try to let's make this check this. Let's change this statics to the HTTP. Check it for the smartphone too. So the smartphone is on the SCP. Oh, so let's go back into this laptop here. Then we hit admin. And as you can see here, so the router IP address, it says 192.168.0.1. So we have this. This is not correct because the maximum number of user, let's assume that we are 10 user or 20 or 5. Let's assume that we had like, let's say we had like, say we had 10 user. So then we scroll. So we save configuration. So let's go ahead and go on the tablet. Let's check. So it's on the HCP. Let's go back to the laptop. Let's close this. So it's in the HCP and automatic. So you can see here we have the IP address is not correct because we have 192.168.0.2. And on the smartphone, we have this IP2, which is it does not belong to the range that we specify, as you see. So let's go ahead and pull up the laptop again. Let's close this. Paste and hit go. So admin, then admin, just admin. So for otherwise, our completion is 50%, which is good. So we have this is correct. The maximum number. So the more number. So this one is. So the more number should be an example of 6 or more. And more than 6, that's why the device had not only work. So let's say we change this the maximum number into 6. Hit go. Just double check it to make sure. So now the device, they are not connected down here. So we have to go on the IP address first and check the information. So on the home, wireless LAN 10, the admin PC. So on the admin PC, go to this, all that. You're gonna need the WLC management. It's gotta be HTTPS, remember, since it's not a home device. So LAN. So what's the username and password? So user 2. So what's the username? The username should be admin and the password is just Cisco123. Okay. And log in. What is wrong with this? Is this? Okay, so we got it. So we gotta log into the Radius server, guys. Server. It's just frozen a little bit, so just give it some time. Space up. Okay, so we get the management IP address is correct here. So from this and the management, so we have the management IP address is correct here. Okay, we are successfully managed. So, but we have to go to the wireless LAN now. So on the radius server, where are we at? Hold up. Oh, let's make this bigger. Now to go on the wireless LAN. So let's check to see the wireless 10 if it's on W. Let's check here. So it says when VLAN 10, so the SSID number is 10, and the authentication should be WPA2 PSK personal. WPA2. So we have to make a change here. So it shouldn't be PSK with the password Cisco 123. So let's fix it. So I think we should hit like change filter. So let's change it. So we should hit advanced. And we go here. Trying to remember how to do that. So so it's in security. Then we should remove this and have this on PK. Repeat yes. So let's hit advance. So we're good. Let's apply this. Hit OK. Then we save the configuration. Now when we're done, we're gonna go back to the wireless. Yes. So a little bit frozen. Lines. We're gonna go back to the LAN. Let's double check to see if we have the PKS the way that we've been told that it should be. So the security policy was not changed in our end, so it should be PKS special mode. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go back. So apply. Change. So laptop is keep frozen, so that's why. And save configuration. let's see. Not sure why it doesn't take this. Okay. If we go back here, now you see it's been WPA, PKS, personal, and it's like this. Now let's check while we're here. The wireless LAN 20 SSID. It should be on enterprise. So let's see. So it's on to the enterprise. So this one is good. Yeah, this one is good. Okay. Now, now we should enable this too as well. Let's enable it just to making sure. Apply. So you can see. Okay. So in the meanwhile, let's check the result. Let's check the result here to see where we are at. Let's just check the result. So on the DNS survey IP, we correct. DHCP client enable, we correct. So the security mode user ID will not correct, but the DHCP client enable, we correct. So the authentication type we correct, the enable correct. So let's go ahead and close this. And continue this troubleshoot. In the laptop, we have to fix it, so we'll do it. So make sure we use the password. So on the radius server, let's make this big. Okay, let's go back here. And this one, yeah, with password 64123. Satellite. Let's close this out. Now, from this laptop, let's go to the GUI. Set up a connection. Let's go on profile. Yeah, 120. Let's connect. Check connection. Okay. So we gotta create a connection here. Let's call this test. Then hit OK. On SSID 2. I don't know what username are we using. So the security should be enabled. This one here. And let's check what username that we've been provided. You should say admin Cisco 123. Okay, so it should be user. It should be user 2pass. So oh, sorry. Check this. Username. Hit next. Say save. Let's go back to it. Click on test. Let's click on test. Connect. Now let's check. So we have the connectivity in the laptop. Okay, so we got a connection. So we good. Now, laptop 2, let's try to ping. Let's go to the GUI. Next up, let's close this out. On laptop 2, let's try to ping the DNS server. So we got a ping. On laptop 1, let's try to ping that also. I'm sorry. Okay. So let's think we're pretty much good. There's not much that we have to do. But let's go ahead and try to ping the web server to see on both of them. It's the web server. So that's on laptop 1. Let's hit ping. Paste this. So we got a ping. Now let's go on laptop 2. Let's hit ping. So um, so both of them are connected. Okay, it works. So um now on tablet, now on the tablet from the home connection, let's try to ping that to see if we get a ping also. So we got a ping, so we good. Don't think there's much that we got to do on this troubleshoot process, but on this, now on the laptop, here from the home Soho, let's try to ping. Let's close this out. Just trying to ping the web server. So we got a ping. So because this router is wireless, so it have a range of IP. So let's check one more thing. Let's close this out. Sorry, guys. So the tablet PC, let's go ahead and type in 192. Let's grab this IP, check something. Let's copy, paste. Oh, admin. So, so the start IP address is 1. So, as of course, I mean, and the maximum here is 6. So we good. So we good. Start IP address here is 1. The maximum is 6. So there's nothing that we have to change here. Um, so we good. Okay, guys. So thank you so very much for following along with me. I appreciate you guys was here. So this lab was long, but it was very helpful. So basically, as you can tell, the purpose of this lab was to troubleshoot troubleshoot wireless LAN issue. And so we have done that. So thank you. I'll see you in the next lab. Stay tuned. Thank you. Bye bye.